Hey everybody, welcome to Garden Sound 365. My name is Garden Sound, and this is the show where we write music every day for a year. So today we're picking up exactly where we left off yesterday, with some minor changes. Last night I had trouble sleeping, so I stayed up and worked on this a little bit by myself. And I've done a couple of things to tweak the synthesizer to make it look a little better, and just in general improve upon some of the mistakes I made yesterday when I was being hasty. Today we're going to take my synthesizer and change it from a monophonic synthesizer, which means one note at a time. See, when I press another note, while one note is already pressed down, it turns the note off. Okay, that means it's monophonic, meaning that the note off signal trumps everything else, right? There is no playing more than one note at a time on the synthesizer, so I want to fix that today. Camera's over here today because I just wanted a different angle, and screen capture's going, so let's take a look at this. So right off the bat, there's some things I need to change. I can tell right now that I need to bump everything up a little bit. The layout got messed up somehow. Good, now I'm going to add a panel. That's the problem, is that this window is dynamic. Now I'm going to make this panel to the back, send to back. Alright, perfect. Now we need to give that panel my little gradient. Ooh, actually I like that better. Anyway, there we go. Now it's all positioned a little bit better. There's still a little bit of tweaking that needs to be done to the positioning, but I mean, there we go. Alright, close it down. So this is what it looks like right now. If you're looking at the screen, we've got two different oscillators that can play at the same time, right? And they each have their individual volume controls. There's a saw, a sine, a triangle wave, or a square wave that you can pick between any of these. They have one ADSR, so one amp envelope, which is pretty common. Even on my Dave Smith instruments, like it's only got one amp envelope. This is pretty much version 1. No, we're not quite to version 1. I haven't released this yet for people to take a look at it yet, but we've got two oscillators, right? They're controlled by the same amp envelope, so ADSR that controls both of these oscillators, and they can be set to saw, sine, triangle, or square. You know, depending on what type of wave you want. So signal path wise, MIDI in, note in, MIDI to frequency, all goes to both of these oscillators. There's two of them over here, and they're contained within their own patcher. So the oscillators both go to their own individual gain sliders, and then they come out of the gain slider, both of them, and they both go in parallel to a selector 5, which is controlling two state variable filters, okay? And both of these filters are right here. So either of these oscillators, in fact both of the oscillators go to both of these filters. Now this filter mix is this little genius max abstraction, that's what they're called. So this max abstraction right here, this particular crossover is going to evenly mix signals that come into 1 and 2 and output both 1 and 2 left, right, okay? But you have a third input that can act as a mixture control, like some sort of a control wire, which is what we've got. So this mix slider controls the mix on this crossover right here. So both oscillators both go to both filters, okay? But you can use one filter at a time, or you can mix them both. Or you can mix them dynamically. That's the beauty of this slider, is you can have 33% filter 1 and 66% filter 2. And filter 1 can be set to something like, I don't know, bypass band or notch, and then filter 2 can be set to low pass or high pass. So you can get some really cool stuff. So we've got envelope 1 and envelope 2. These are just envelopes, that's it. They're just ADSR envelopes. You can pass filter 1 to either or not, and you can pass filter 2 to either or not. So you could pass both filter 1 and filter 2 to envelope 1. So you could have the same ADSR controlling your filters or you could pass them to each other, to their own separately, or neither. So I'm trying to build in some flexibility, but at the same time kind of keep my goal in mind, which I don't want to spoil what I'm trying to do as an overall goal here. But yeah, so here you go. So this is my this is what I've done since yesterday, and if you don't remember, here's what it looked like at the end of the day yesterday. So there have definitely been some improvements made. Specifically just with adding these two envelopes. I did that off screen, and adding a second oscillator and just making things pretty. Adding the envelopes was actually pretty easy. All I had to do was copy my ADSR from here, and implement two selectors and number to signal generators, so that I could have the frequency knob here control both its intended use, which is just the frequency knob on this filter, as well as be a modulating source for the envelopes. So these envelopes, if you do pass filter to envelope 1, what it does is, let me lock it up. If you pass filter 1 to envelope 1, it does modulate the frequency, not the resonance. So there might be a way that I could implement some sort of a switcher or a selector to have a drop down here to, what's the modulating source? Is it going to be frequency or resonance? So let's say envelope 1, low pass. Pretty cool, right? So, that's where we're at right now. Also, I don't know what this glitch is over here, but it seems like it's got something to do with what my lower threshold is for the I don't know. So that's what we're working on today. My goal for today is to make this right here that I've got polyphonic, and then I can say I'll be able to rest comfortably knowing that I did something on the show that was interesting. We can call that an episode, and then I'll keep working on it off screen, because this is a ridiculous amount of fun. I didn't expect this to be so fun. I thought this was going to be drudgery. Don't forget that tomorrow is coffee time. I kind of did forget earlier this week. If you don't mind, please go to this pinned post right here on my Facebook page. Link in the comment section down below, as always. It's just got to be a YouTube link, and it's got to be a music video. Other than that, the format this week is open. Last week we did worst of 2016, and this week we're going to do a very open format, so post whatever you want. Also, this Saturday and Sunday, the show is going to be a little bit different because I've got some friends coming into the studio. So you'll get to meet some new people this weekend, so make sure you tune in this weekend for that. Okay, everybody, so the first thing we have to do is mess with this MIDI notes a little bit. What we've got to do before anything even gets to poly is we have to have a MIDI parse information. The MIDI has to be parsed into different stuff. So I'm just going to add a MIDI parse, and what this is going to do is a MIDI note, right? Back to note in. That's step one, just to get a little bit more technical. What's the word for it? I want to get a cleaner MIDI signal into poly, if that makes sense. It looks like the next thing I need to do is clean stuff up a little bit. This is going to take a minute. What I'm going to do is clean this up off camera. I'm going to put the envelopes into their own special thing. I'm going to consolidate all the messages into their own boxes. Then we can get to work on polyphony. So that's what I'm about to do. Somehow during cleaning this, I've completely broken it. So, gonna have to start over. I don't know why I try to do stuff like this. Okay, I can't do this. This isn't easy. I'm not giving up, but I don't have time. I don't have any more time today to dick with this. It's a good mono synth. Seriously. I mean, the cleaning version is dead. But if I run like the before cleaning version, it's a decent poly. It's a decent mono. Shit, I don't know what to do. I guess I could call it a day and just write another song with this, but like, I think I'm gonna write a song with what I've got. I mean, this is better than yesterday. Fuck it. I'm gonna pack this up and release it as a freebie for my Patreon supporters. Subscribe on Patreon. Otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and write a tune with this, and then edit the episode and put it up. And tomorrow I'm taking a break from Max. We're not doing any Max tomorrow. We're doing coffee time. So you want to see this? If you want to see this synthesizer in action, yeah, you want to play with it. Go ahead and support me on Patreon. That's how it's gonna be. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you want to hear the song I made with this improved version of yesterday's synthesizer, click here. If you'd like to see yesterday's episode where I built the backbone for what you see here, click here. If you would like to support me on Patreon and get a copy of the synth, click here. If you would like to subscribe, click here. Otherwise, my name is GARDNSOUND. I'll see you tomorrow for coffee time. Don't forget. Peace.